You see, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. Not only that, I suppose I'm going to be the next guy that gets brought into the fold by that poor guy as a fraudulent voter. Criminals, dead people. Well, let's just say, you know, underage people also. But get back to the criminals. As a felon, there's some states and some places you're not allowed to vote. So, what's that gonna do for him if he can't vote for himself? I guess he's just not gonna fucking vote. Who else would he vote for? But I'm the next guy he's gonna be talking about. Because I personally, over the last several years and several times renewing my driver's license and moving and having to change my address, go into the Secretary of State, the DMV in California, Secretary of State of Michigan, and office. And when you get your new picture, they say, would you like to register to be a voter? And I say, check the box, because if you're fucking taking care of business, you read the shit when it's important and you check the box. Suddenly, you don't have a jury to fucking bullshit. You're like, I checked the box, said no. I don't want to register to vote because I personally, and this is all changed now, you have to realize this. There's a different reason I decided to go with it. But I personally, having had government courses and such, where we talk about the Electoral College, and we see how in the year 2000, Bush got to be president instead of fucking Gore, Al Gore. And how in 2000, it just supported it in 2016. I didn't vote then either. Why would I? I don't give a fuck about any of these things. They just do whatever the fuck they want, right? Right. They're supposed to follow the popular vote, but they can decide it against it if they want. That's the way I understood what they taught us. And I'm like, it's just a fucking petition. It's a survey. It's something that makes us feel part of the team. Oh yeah, I voted for him. Yeah. Yeah. And if you win, you're like, yeah. And if you lose, you're like, well, maybe next time. That all changed. People don't go maybe next time understanding that there has to be balance back and forth on this fucking crickety fucking seesaw to keep people in line. But I'd go in to get my driver's license renewed. I'd go in to get my address changed. And I'd check the box. No, I don't want to be an voter. And there was the one neighbor of mine at one point. I said, you won't find me if you Google me. That's what I said. And she's like, I bet you will. I said, I've tried it. There's nothing there. Nobody even watches me on YouTube. And she looked it up. She said, here it is. And it was the Secretary of State. She put in J. Judas, Archer Elderquist, and it popped up and it gave my fucking address. I said, what the fuck is that? And because I like my anonymity. I don't want anybody to see my face. I'm Batman. I said, how did you find that? And she says, showed me the thing, and it came up with voter registration. I was like, you sons of bitches. And I went back to the Secretary of State, the DMV of Michigan, Department of Motor Vehicles, Secretary of State, they deal. I went right back to them, and I said, I stood in line, and I got up there, and the woman was like, what can I help you with? I said, I want you to take my name off the voter registry. I am not registered to vote. And she's like, what? And it fucked her up a little bit. She didn't know what to do. Nobody ever complains that they're not registered to vote. You've got fucking underage kids and dead people and criminally indicted former presidents coming in all the time saying, I need to vote. I need to vote. And they're like, sorry, you're not fucking capable. The law says, and by the way, the 14th Amendment, you know, that applies. You're not even supposed to be on the ballot. So why do you want to fucking vote for nobody? A write-in? Let's see how that goes. But I mean, okay, so we talk about the 14th Amendment. And they say, well, that's an antiquated rule, he says. He says, that's from long ago. That doesn't apply to these times. Well, it's still on the fucking books. You can't vote. Wait. Some of these old laws should be taken off the books. Sure, they should. But last I knew, you still couldn't legally get a blowjob in North Carolina. How are you going to be president? Old laws. So I went in and I said, well, take my name off the fucking list. And this woman's like, I didn't put it that way. But I was a bit perturbed. I'm like, I signed no. Do not. And I do not want to be on the voter registry. Because why would I vote? Unless there was something serious going on. Why so serious? And the woman didn't even know what to do at the desk. She went and got the manager from the back room. I don't know what he's doing back there. Probably doing something. I would not surmise what it might be. Manager comes out, he says, what seems to be the problem? I said, I want my name off the goddamn voter registry. And he's like, and he was confused too. They had to look it up. They found it, and they took me off the fucking voter registry. I said, okay, everything's all right now. I said no. As a citizen that is, you know, created equal, you have to fucking listen to me. Take me off your sheet. And they did. And then I moved and I changed my address. Next thing I know, the goddamn 2020 elections are coming up. And there's somebody I know that's just, I'm so sick of hearing his voice. And I'm like, yeah, he seems dangerous. And then another person drove me to vote. And I go, you voting? I'm like, I don't know. This was 2020. Because they forced my name onto the registry again, I was fucking a valid voter. So she drove me there, and I voted not for that character Biden. I voted against that poor guy. I voted for a bipartisan fucking nation. One where we got to decide which asshole is going to fucking tell us what to do. And now you're saying my vote doesn't count? They forced me to do this. You made me this. You made me this. Ah, all your strength, your power. Ah. Crucify him on the tree of woe. And now that that's getting out there, I'm the next guy in the list. The people that said they didn't want to be on the voter registry, that somehow the deep state put them on the voter registry, and once they had a fucking enough common sense to look at him, me, I was quoting him, now they went ahead and did it, and that's why I lost. Well, I'm just shocked that the Electoral College didn't jump in enough to shut this down and give it back to old Jeb Bush, or Cricket Hillary. Who is it that they've given the popular vote away to? Them. I'm shocked. But that's the next fraudulent fucking claim that's going to come up, is that people were given the right to vote against their will, and they took the right and said, you get the fuck out of here. And see, this was pre-January 6th. When I voted, I was just like, this guy is just wrong. But then January 6th rolls around, and I said, but I guess I was right.